Welcome back everyone. Thank you for being here today. Hope you're having a good day. Now today I'm going to actually finish off the journal cover. Thank you to all those people who've left me lovely comments about it. I do appreciate it. Again, it's not really a tutorial, but it is more about just putting some ideas out there, helping people to get started if they're not sure. Of course, this is just the way I do it. You can do slow stitching, create your own pieces, but I hope it gives you some ideas and gets you started on the process if you're a beginner. And if you're someone who does slow stitching on a regular basis, I just hope you enjoy the process as well. Now, I've taken the piece and I've pressed it and I've turned down this raw edge. So the piece itself, I'll just find a tape measure, is, oh, got everything everywhere today. The piece itself is roughly 38 centimetres, 15 inches, and now that I've turned it down, it's 24 centimetres by about 9.5 inches. Now that was just the piece that I made, and again, I'm just going with the flow here. So what I need to do today, because I don't want to see that interior, is I've got a piece of calico and I'm actually going to fuse that calico to this front piece. I've got a little bit of stitching that's out there, but that's fine. And this stitching over here is fine too. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fuse that down off camera. Now I've taken I've taken a napkin. You can see this one has a stain on it, so I wanted to use them up. I had about 6 of these, and they've all got some kind of stain, and I don't really use them. So I just decided that I would actually just cut them up. So I've taken one of those, and it's got this lovely crochet edge on it. I'm not going to use the red flower because that doesn't fit. So I've basically cut it up, and you can see here all my little bits and pieces, and this is what I've got left over. So I'll be able to use that piece and this lace and this fabric in another project, so it's not going to be wasted. I took these pieces, which ended up being 20 centimetres wide, so they were 20 centimetres wide, and I've basically just folded them in half. And I wanted to retain the lace edging because I want to use that. Now you can see this part here, I've just folded it over. So that's 10 centimetres, 10 centimetres. And I've got a little bit of hemming tape in there. And I've just folded it over. I do still have a raw edge here, and I'm not going to bother about that. I did sew, I don't know if you can see it, I did sew a line down here. So I'm going to position these about, I think I measured in there. So there's going to be a lot of raw edges here, and that's probably a little bit long. I might just trim the top off that. So again, I did the other one the same. You can see I've just folded it over and I've pressed it down with a bit of hemming tape there. You can see it's got stains on it, but that's actually going to be underneath, so you're not going to see those. And I'm not really that worried about it. And I'm going to place this at this edge. Now, I did fold some extra under there, so I might have to trim those before I go to the sewing machine a little bit. So that's just going to sit there. That's going to sit there. I will trim this at the top a little bit. And I've got a little bit of the edging, this edging, which I'm going to sew at the top there, just to cover up that top raw edge a little bit and make it a bit more uniform. I also probably need a piece there, which I hadn't thought about. I don't know what I'm going to do there now that I look at it. I think I might cut this bit off. Oh, it's not long enough. That's a bit sad. Okay, it's not long enough, and it's going to annoy me if it's not long enough. It actually needs to go underneath. So I'm going to have to take a piece off this longer one let's just do that now. And as I said, I'm going to use these anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to cut them up. And I want to finish off this piece as best I can. Let's see, how much do I need? I need to go underneath that a little bit, at least that much. And I can sew that on by hand later. Alright, let's just do a little bit more so it's completely under there. And that'll give a little bit of uniformity as well. So this is creating as I go, which is my normal thing. So that will go under there. And that will cover up that raw edge. And, okay. So when I come back from the sewing machine, all I'm actually going to do, sorry, there's lots of threads. All I'm actually going to do is sew down there, along there. I probably can sew that on, along there, up there, along there, and across the top. Now this one I will lay over the top like that. Now when you flip it over, you shouldn't see it. So the book will sit inside that. I'll just show you how that sits. So there's a little bit of wiggle room, just a bit. That's maybe a little bit too much wiggle room actually. Might bring them in a tiny little bit. So let's position that. I need to be able to have enough so when I bend it over I can get the book in, but not so much that it's really, really tight when you fold it up. Because when you fold it up it gets a little bit tight. So if I leave it at that, there should be... No, it was better where it actually was. So it needs to go back out that way a little bit. I did measure it. It has to be 12 centimeters from the edge. Sorry folks. Yep, it has to go back a tiny bit. It needs to be 12 centimeters from the edge. Now depending on the book that you have, this will change a little bit. So again, I'm going to trim that off a bit because I don't want that sitting above there. And then, as I said, all I'm going to do is go to the sewing machine. Now I have a cream thread on top and bottom of my bobbin. I have a 2.4 stitch to do that. I've got this little edge so we don't have any raw edges, although I'd have the raw edge there, but that's fine. So let me just show you how this works. Just put that in there, flip it up, bend the book a little bit. Most notebooks you can do that little bit of a bend, and you flip it over. So this cover, most of these notebooks are the same size, so just make it for a standard size notebook and then you can reuse it over and over again when your notebook is full. Now some of the things I want to show you. You can see the stitch line there. Now if you don't want to see the stitch line there, the very easy way, and I probably will do this, is just to add a little bit more detail. So either some more lace or either just stitch over it by hand so that it becomes invisible. That would be an easy way to do it. Or easier, just stitch something over the top. The top edge, as you can see, it was a raw edge. So I've turned that under and you get a little bit more texture here, as you can see, because of all the lace that's on that edge. On the bottom, again, I've used the scalloped edging as much as I can, and it sort of formed like two layers, which turned out really well. Normally this is not how I do them. I like them to be really, really neat and tidy and all finished off. But I just want to do things a little bit differently. So I think it worked out really well because I've ended up with 2 edges, which is really nice actually. I could have done some things here. I didn't. I mean, there's so many options. You could do so many things. So, you know, you can do so many things. So that's, you know, we've got that edge there. This is nice and firm. On the back, again, I've got a little bit of stitching there that I can actually go over if I want to. Whatever I want to do. Little bits flipping up here, that's fine. I may do a tie for this. It's just something I hadn't thought about, but maybe the next one I'll do a tie for. So thank you for being here, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little foray into making a journal cover. It's an easy process. You just use up all your little scraps and little bits and pieces and things that you treasure and just sew them together. Again, I've just used an old napkin, vintage laces, some fabric, that was from a hanky, some old doilies, crochet, vintage crochet. Put it all together, basically used running stitch and some back stitch, and voila, this is what we've ended up with. So thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Leave me a comment of what you think about the journal, how you think it's turned out. If you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, share the video, hype the video. I do appreciate it. It helps my channel to grow and keeps me creating. So again, thank you for being here. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.